for some common sense coming from Craig Bolanos, the CEO and founder of Wealth Management Group. And Craig, this week you are taking on the new tax proposals up for debate in Congress as Democrats are trying to close a deal this week. It's still all up in the air, but what do investors need to know? Because tax changes could have an effect on retirement savings, especially the Roth IRA.
Well, it's harder than ever to keep up with the changes coming out of Washington, D.C. these days. But we've been closely monitoring developments, and there's some rules coming down the pipe that could affect everyone who has a Roth IRA or maybe wants one in the future. Now, the first change revolves around after-tax conversions. Congress is looking to slam the door shut on the so-called backdoor Roth IRA and its cousin, the mega backdoor Roth IRA. And Angie, we've spoken about these two concepts in the past, and they are great tools as they exist today, because essentially it allows higher income earners, those who would normally be disqualified from using Roth IRAs, to make non-deductible after-tax contributions and then do immediate Roth conversions thereafter, aka getting monies into the tax-free safety zone of the Roth by going not through the front door, but by going through the back. The second change revolves not after-tax conversions, but pre-tax conversions. You know, many people move money from traditional IRA, traditional 401k into Roth. And people want to do this because there's a big fear that taxes are going to be going up in the future. And that's the reason someone would be willing to do a pre-tax Roth conversion today, aka taking some funds, converting them to the Roth, and paying taxes on the amount of the converted dollars, because you want to isolate yourself, your loved ones, your children, your grandchildren from future tax risk. But the bottom line is the IRS is looking to slowly shut down the ability for higher income Americans to do pre-tax conversions over the next 10 years.
What should investors be doing here? What's the big takeaway?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I think the first thing is take a deep breath and remember that many of these are just proposals for now. But if I was a betting man, I'd really ascertain that these and a whole host of other changes are going to be moving off of the legislative floor and making their way into law. And while it might not be the intention, some of these changes are actually going to make it harder for certain Americans to get retired and actually stay retired. And I think a lot of this falls upon a call to action. For many people, you know, we tend to regret the things that we did not do much more so than the things we did. So just remember, when it comes to getting money into the tax-free safety zone of the Roth IRA, either through a backdoor or its cousin, the mega backdoor, or another concept, which is conversions, there might be some time decay. And some of these changes being set to implement January 1st mean I think people should have a higher sense of urgency. And if you want to learn more, I would agree you should and you can. Go out to our website, investwithwmg.com, and let's talk about what you need to consider prior to year end.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.